Today we are running in Brea, California. I am working down here for half the week, and I just finished with a long day's work, and I really need to get a run in, or else I'm going to feel like crap tomorrow. Um, so I know of a place to run here that it's a great place to run, except that it's part of a state park. And for some reason, the state park has kept the trails closed for like the last 15 years. And I'm totally exaggerating, except that every single time I've come here, the trails have been closed. So we're going to need to do a little bit of, I don't know if you call it trespassing, but we're going up those trails anyway. So I'm going to bring you along. Sometimes I see some cool stuff up here. Right here, I'm parked kind of in a parking lot by the neighborhood. We don't park down at the park here because it costs way too much to park there. And I've even seen coyotes in the neighborhood. So I've seen some incredibly large insects up the hill. And there's some decent views too. So hopefully I'll be able to show you some cool stuff today. But we're going to head on up, hopefully do like a 10K tonight, and hopefully get back before dark. So let's see how that goes. I just wanted to point out, it says the park hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But kind of going along with the theme here that I'm going to be showing you today, state parks don't really know what the hell they're doing, because just like a quarter mile back there, it said that the park hours were 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I don't know. Which one is it? 5 p.m. or 7 p.m.? So it says the reason why the trails are closed is because clay can be slippery when wet. Hasn't rained in like 3 months. Falling trees are a danger. There are no trees on this ridge line, as you will see. Maybe there's a couple, but barely any. High winds and low humidity. I could see that increasing wildfire danger, but that trail's not closed, and there's lots of grasses and stuff down there. In fact, there are tons of state parks all across the state that are not closed. Healthy toad eggs and silt streams. This trail doesn't go through any streams at all. Trail use during wet conditions delivers silt to the into the streams. Again, there are no streams. There are no wet conditions. So I just think that this is nonsense. So let's see. Maybe the trails are not even closed anymore. It looks like they are. So this is the point where we break the law. Okay, let's do this. We are almost 2 miles into the run, and I kind of wanted to explain myself a little bit about the harshness towards the California state parks, at least as it relates to this park. Okay, I have something cool to show you. It's not negative. Ran into a tarantula. Let's check it out. We're gonna leave that guy alone. I don't know if he knows that we're there or not, but I don't want to bother him. Plus, we're running out of light. We got to keep going here, so let's go. Another tarantula. We're gonna just try to get around this guy rather quickly. As I mentioned earlier in this video, really have to be careful on this trail because falling trees can get you at any time. They'll just come out of nowhere and they'll fall on you. So you gotta watch. Oh, sorry. I thought it was a falling tree. So you have to really be careful. Falling trees are they're wild trees too, so they're not like domesticated. So they're that's actually a tree. I don't think it's falling, but so this could be my last video. It's really possible. Keep an eye on that tree. I thought tarantula season was like in October, but it's just mid-August right now, almost the end of August. That's the third tarantula we've seen though, so gotta watch out. Trees. We are at the turnaround point now. We're at about 3.2 miles from the car. And so I told you I wanted to get in at 10K and there's no way out of it now. I gotta get a 10K. Unless I call a Lyft ride when I get down to the parking lot. But anyway, so we're heading on down. I wanted to tell you a little story about an experience I had here back, I don't know, like January or December of this last few months ago. So I came up here since it was winter time, so it was dark, and I climbed up like maybe 4 miles up this hill, turned around and started running down. I didn't have a light, but it was almost a full moon, and as I'm running down, I see this creature in front of me running down the trail, the same trail I'm running down, and I couldn't tell what it was. I'm like, is that a coyote or a possum or what? What is this thing? So I couldn't tell because it was too dark. So I pulled out my phone, the same phone I'm recording on right now, and I turned on the light, the flashlight on it to try to see it. But I didn't want to get too close because it could have been a skunk, and I didn't want a skunk to spray me. So I got as close as I could. I still couldn't tell exactly what it was, so I kept running. And it kept running. It did not veer off at all, so I just kind of kept my distance and kept running behind it. You know, I let him stay like 20 feet ahead of me. Or her. I don't know. Might have been a female. So, just running down. This thing, I ran with this animal for like 2 miles down this hill before it finally turned off into the canyon down there. It turned out, I finally figured out what it was when it turned down the canyon, and it was a skunk. And it was a pretty big skunk too, so I think I made the right choice in not getting too close. But who can say that they have run 2 miles with a skunk, a wild skunk? It was a crazy kind of surreal experience. So that's the kind of stuff that happens when you run, when you run trails. So do it. It's really fun. It's awesome. You never know what's going to happen. So I'm heading down the trail now. I'm at my turnaround point. I just need to watch out for tarantulas now. So there seem to be a lot of tarantulas out today, and it'll be getting dark here. It's getting dark really fast. I don't want them to ambush me. So let's get down. So we finished the 6.2 miles. I was running there pretty hard near the end, which means I'm sweating like crazy right now. But I'm glad to be done. I was just trying to get in before it got dark, and I've got limited time tonight, so I still have to get dinner. On the way down, though, I ran into a whole bunch more tarantulas, like 8 or 9 of them. There was just too many tarantulas, I think. So I had to really kind of watch where I was stepping. They're not poisonous. I don't even know if they bite, but I don't want to step on them anyway. But yeah, it was a great run. It was really fun. Now it's time to go get some food though. So pretty hungry and it's dark. So I hope you enjoyed that run of I don't even think I've told you the name. That is Chino Hills State Park. So that's where I was at. So I guess if that incriminates me for trespassing on closed trail, I guess I'll have to take that. But that's where I was. If you ever want to check it out, that's about the best trail in Brea. If you're ever in Brea, North Orange County. There are other trails around here, but they take about 30 to 45 minutes to get to, and just because the traffic is so bad down here. So anyway, I hope you enjoy that.